You're listening to the Fit in Real Life podcast, episode 417. So, when I record this podcast, I also do a little video recording just with my iPhone. And just so you know, I often record in batches, but I change my shirt in between so that when I share the reel, it looks like I'm recording on a different day. It looks like I'm wearing new clothes and it's a fresh new day. It's the same day, but now I just have a costume change. So I just did that. A little behind the scenes of the podcasting world for you. All right. A few weeks ago, I posted a reel on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram at Tanja, TANJA _ Shaw is my Instagram handle. Hope to see you there. I did a little reel about how my goals have changed from being in the best shape of my life to the best shape for my life. And I shared a bit about what that meant. And I got a lot of really good feedback. A lot of people resonated with that. And so today I want to dive into that idea a little bit deeper, just so we can have a bit of a more in-depth conversation on it. And I can share some more specific examples of what this could look like in your life. So a while back, I had this goal of being in the best shape of my life. I had these three goals. One was always to be the best shape of my life. I had a business goal, which was some way, shape, or form of to have thriving businesses. And then my third goal was something about my experience in life. So to be more calm, grateful, present. Sometimes it was to be, um, you know, more expansive or to have a deeper relationship with my husband, Keith. And generally, always have goals in those three buckets. So the first one would be my health and my wellness, because for me, it really does start with physical health and mental health. And then something with business, because business is a big part of my life right now. And then something to do with family or self or, how I feel in life in general. And in the last little bit, that goal has changed to being in the best shape for my life. So, not in the best shape of my life, but be in the best shape for my life. And today I want to just share why that's so essential, how it's just shifted my experience and my intention with how I take care of my body, my wellness routines, and just what that looks like so that I can really not just be in the best shape of my life right now, but I can really train my body and work with my body and take care of my body so that my goal is really a strong, fit, vibrant life into my 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and God willing, into my hundreds as well. A big part of this has really just shifted from that short term, more appearance focused goals to goals that really do support that longevity, that quality of life, because it's not about how fit and strong and lean I could be right now and how I fit into my jeans. And that matters too. Like, I want to be fit and strong and lean right now too, but also how my fitness can help me be more active, be more mobile into my later years. So I focus on not just like calories burnt and having workouts I get in, but also on my hormonal health, because workouts, nutrition, stress management all play a role on impacting our hormones. I think about my joints and how focusing on mobility can really help to prevent injury and pain, so I can be active for life. And also to know that my goals might still continue to evolve as time goes on. Up until now, I'm 42 years old. My goals have evolved and they will continue to evolve. And for yourself too, the goals that you had in your 20s may not be the same goals that you have in your 60s. And not only is that okay, it's actually a really good thing. So I'll also share to you how this mindset of being in the best shape for my life isn't always easy, because those old thoughts about, exercise intensity and burning enough calories and tracking my workouts on my watch, or, getting, the steps in, even though it may not be the best option for you that day, can still come up. And I'll share with you how I handle those moments as well. All right. So the first one is mobility over muscle. I used to focus on just really building muscle for aesthetics reasons, and I still build strength for aesthetics. I like the way I look when my body is strong. And I also prioritize mobility. I also prioritize functional exercises that help my body move better in real life. There are lots of programs out there right now that are really, really, really heavily focused on the way your body looks. And I'm a member of a couple of Facebook groups for women over 40 or just people over 40 in general. And it is generally aesthetics. There is a lot of really positive, positive people in that group who are not just about the number on the scale. And they're really worried about like thinking about how your body functions, but it's a lot about aesthetics. And I have to make sure that I can, learn from some of the things that they say, but also step back a little bit and remind myself that my primary goal is not just how my body looks, but how my body functions as well. So for me, this looks like really prioritizing mobility. I say that's one of the biggest ones. More yoga inspired stretches, doing some resistance band works, some mobility drills to really help to protect my shoulders, my hips, my knees. I used to just try to get as many exercises in as I could in my strength routine because that would burn more calories. But now I realize it actually makes a lot more sense to slow down to get the most out of your workout. I talked about this last episode as well. By doing the dynamic stretching, by doing the stabilization exercises, by doing the mobility exercises, so that you can actually move better for now and also for years to come. So, what I do is I spend about 10 to 15 minutes before my workouts doing some mobility exercises, foam rolling, some yoga type stretches, some activation exercises. Above and beyond that, I also go downstairs into my basement with my cats about once or twice a week. And I spend a bit of a longer time doing some foam rolling and some mobility exercises there as well. I've also been seeing a physio about once or twice a month right now, which has been helping me on some specific exercises to help with my body. So, mobility over muscle. There's a lot of emphasis right now on building muscle, and I love it. But our joints have to also last our whole lives. So, it's important that we build muscle and we focus on building healthy joints as well, or taking care of our joints. Number two is our hormones. And that has been a bit of a change as well because sometimes we just think about burning calories, pushing through tough workouts. And I used to think that was the answer, tracking calories, lower carb workouts, high intensity exercises. But sometimes that can do more harm than good because overtraining, high intensity workouts can increase our cortisol hormone, which is the stress hormone, which can also affect your sleep, your mood, your weight. And it's not always productive, especially in perimenopause and menopause and postmenopause. And for guys too. I mean, it's also not good for you too if you're always pushing all the time. So it's important that we find that balance of strength training, moderate cardio, and lots of rest. Rest, I used to think of just being like the absence of burning calories. Now I realize that by resting, I'm actually getting my body primed and ready for the next workout, for the next training session. And I'm giving my body what she needs, which is rest. I also prioritize the foods that support my hormonal health, like prioritizing proteins and healthy fats and doing things that help me to manage stress as well. Am I good at it? Not always, but I'll update. I am sleeping a lot better right now. So it's important because hormones control everything from your energy levels to your metabolism. And if we just focus on burning calories and working out and pushing harder, we really are going to miss out on actually taking care of ourselves because hormones run the show. So be mindful of how your body feels after exercise. If you're feeling drained or moody, or you have this like really like high endorphins, but then you crash afterwards, really make sure that you do prioritize some walking, yoga, meditation, things that can really calm your nervous system as well. All right. I've also mentioned taking care of our joints, and I'll just kind of say that again, how important it is because our joints have to last for our whole lives unless we get a joint replacement. And even that is going to have some issues as well. So take care of your joints, build muscle, and take care of your joints. So for me, that does not mean I completely do, like, I haven't taken out running or anything like that because I was having some knee issues with running. I'm running a little bit right now, but I've reduced the load and I'm really working on the mobility and the stability of my joints so that I actually reduce the load and the wear and tear on my knees so I can still run a little bit, but I'm not doing as much. I do a lot of, well, not a lot of cycling, but in the summertime I do cycling. But right now I do a lot of hiking and strength training as well, which helps to strengthen the muscles around my joints. I also do a lot of unilateral or single side exercises, such as single leg squats, to really work on the muscle imbalances and work on stability as well. I also really focus on the muscle activation and proper form at the gym. So in my old days, I would just try to run and do lots of like cardio exercises and burn lots of calories. But now I'm realizing that, you know what, my joints have to last and I want to be more intentional when I do run. I want to run a little bit less. But I want to be able to do it for a longer period of time, like years down the road. So it makes sense that I'm going to spend less time doing it, more time cross training, more time doing things that might just be a little bit easier on my joints. So for you, just do a little bit of audit for yourself. Are there things that you're doing that are aggravating your joints? And if so, sometimes that doesn't necessarily mean that we need to stop. For example, if you have knee pain doing squats, it doesn't mean that squats are bad for you. It often means that you have imbalances or that you need to work on squatting with proper form. But get the help that's required. And then pick activities that also make your body feel good. And then do things like the yoga, the stretching, the mobility that are going to really help to take care of your joints. All right. And then the next one is rest. Oh, rest. Rest for people like me who like to work out, rest is hard. I used to think, and I still think sometimes, not think intellectually, but feel like resting means I'm being lazy or I'm not working hard enough, or maybe it's a rest day, but then someone else, like my sister, will tell me that she's going to go for a run. And all of a sudden, I feel like I should go for a run because she's going for a run. It's completely crazy. I have to really catch those thoughts because rest is essential for recovery, for hormone balance. Rest is not the thing that we do when we burn out. Rest is not the absence of doing something. Resting is doing something. It is resting. It is required so that our bodies can repair and grow stronger. It's the sleep, it's the mobility, it's the light walks in between, not just walking to burn your calories or to get your steps in, but to actually give your body the rest. So prioritize at least one full day of rest each week. It doesn't mean that you can't walk or do yoga or do something light on those days because our bodies are meant to move. But sometimes skipping a workout is the best choice. That happened to me last week when I was thinking I should probably fit my third strength workout in. And I'm like, why? Like, what's the point? What's my goal? My goal is longevity. My goal is a fit, healthy, strong body. And sometimes that means resting because rest was the best thing I could do for myself in that time. I was fatigued, I was tired. And yes, I could push myself through the workout, but why? What's the point? I'm not going to get stronger because of it. I might just burn some calories and then feel even more fatigued and dig myself into a deeper hole. So listen to your body and not just when your body says it's time to snooze and sleep in, but what your body actually needs. My next point is about making your workouts serve your life, not your life to serve your workouts. It can be very easy to have this goal of, I'm going to work out 3 times a week, or I'm going to do 10,000 steps a day. And then you have to sacrifice your life in order to meet those goals instead of having your fitness routine actually give yourself more life. So for example, if I'm not sleeping well and I'm really not sleeping well, it doesn't make sense for me to try to get my workouts in and get up early because what I really need is rest. If I want my fitness, my health to serve my life, what I need the most at that time is rest. I don't need to work out. So it's again zooming out and looking at what the big picture goal is. Sometimes it's going to mean modifying your strength workout or skipping your strength workout and doing at the gym and doing some quick thing at home because you need to go to your child's hockey game or whatever it is. It's reminding yourself that the goal for these workouts isn't just to do them, isn't to get in the best shape of your life right now. It's for that so that your fitness level for your health to really give you more energy to do the other things in life. It's not just about building the best booty. It's about you being, the mom or the dad or the business owner or the friend or the whatever role you have in your life to add to that, to give you the energy, the confidence to go do life. That's what health and fitness is for. It's not a means to the end. It's a thing that's meant to give us more life. So when you create your goals, when you look at your plans, keep that in mind. Are your health goals serving you? Are they serving your life? And finally, I've alluded already that this old programming of burning more calories and checking the boxes and getting the strength workouts in and looking a certain way, they still come up. There is days where I feel the pull or the push to do more cardio because I think it's the best way and I think that I need to burn the calories or my Apple Watch tells me it's a workout. I mean, if I don't say to my Apple Watch that I'm doing a workout and I do a really, really, really good strength workout at the gym, it tracks 0 minutes of exercise and about 40 calories burned. I know I did more than 0 minutes of exercise and I probably burnt more than 40 calories. But that's like sometimes we guys kind of remind ourselves that these apps, these trackers, like they can be great, they can be helpful, but they can also be harmful. So use them with a grain of salt. And so sometimes if I go for a run or a walk, my Apple Watch will be like, oh, yeah, you exercise. And I get my 30 minutes of exercise just by going for a walk. Whereas if I do a hard strength training workout, I get 0 minutes of exercise. So then my mind is going to say, well, you should go for a walk instead of strength training. You should go for a run or hike because then your Apple Watch is going to show that you have all this amazing stuff. And I am not immune to this. Like I have been working hard on my mindset and these thoughts, these programs, they still come up sometimes. So I remind myself not to listen to them or just to kind of reframe those thoughts when I recognize that they're coming up and really stay focused on what my true goals are. I reinstated my Apple Watch a few weeks ago, and up until this point, I have not tracked a strength workout at the gym. I think I'm going to keep not tracking because what does it really matter what Siri says I do or my Apple Watch says I do? I know what I did. And it's helpful for me not to track because otherwise I do have the tendency of trying to burn more calories at the gym by doing certain exercises that get my heart rate up instead of the exercises that I actually need. So I'm aware of that tendency and I do my best to not let it, drive my choices, but sometimes those thoughts come up because we have been practicing those thoughts for a long time. So it makes sense that they're not just going to go away overnight. All right, that is what I have to share with you today. And I just really encourage you to reflect on your own goals and to look at your program and to make sure that you are in alignment with what is actually really important to you. And you don't have to choose between being strong for longevity and being a great mom or dad or being able to lift your groceries and looking good. You can have both because if you do the things so that you are strong to lift groceries into your hundreds and to get up and down off the floor and you eat well and manage your energy and give yourself rest and stretch your body and actually give your body what your body needs, then aesthetics will probably be one of the outcomes anyway. So you don't have to choose, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to look good. You can absolutely want to lose weight or want to get strong because you want to rock a bikini. That is totally legit. That's totally fine. There's no shame in wanting that. Have that goal and have the other goal of being in the best shape for your life. I'll talk to you next week.